that after 9 years of incumbency, the APC has full control of the machinery of state and is therefore stronger and able to absorb whatever you throw at them?
I am never scared. If only you were playing by the rules and you were clean and you were winning your elections, I could be scared of you. If you were legit, I would be scared of you. I would respect you, actually, if you were legit. You see, your own Tunji Oseni, I remember clearly just before the final, after the declaration, and he says, so you think you've won what? So brazenly, you know, break the law, do what you feel like. What do you think you have won? I'm not impressed by someone calling himself a president when I can see through him and know that through his history there is a fake certificate. There was forfeiture, there were many things I don't want to talk about now. I'm not scared about a so-called number two, whom I don't want to talk about people falling. People failed surprisingly, and you know, I can never be intimidated or scared by people who do not play by the rules. Look, you're talking about 9 years. I would tell you that for 24 years, the ongoing president was in control of Lagos. We defeated him in Lagos, and you have the results. APC and PDP did not have 60% of the Labour Party votes in FCT that they are ruling. So I am never scared, because we are if we're in a democracy, it is the people's power that we use. And we're using the people's power, not the armored tanks of the Nigerian army, which belongs to the Nigerian people, not the barrels of the gun, not the tear gas that the Nigerian people are afraid of. Okay? So at any day, if there is an election again, believe you me, the come out will defeat them. It's left for them to go and twist the constitution again, change the meaning of English language, 3-letter words, and declare by 4 a.m. with all the dynamics that happened before 4 a.m., which, you know, when we say things are unspeakable, it was unspeakable why it had to be by 4 a.m.
Well, let's move then and assess those 9 years in office from the point of view of President Tinubu's first year in power. Help us look at the various pressure points on him as he prepares to enter his second year, because we seem to be hearing lots of howling complaints about virtually everything.
I will talk about only one thing: legitimacy. It's not worth your while, not worth my while, to speak about economic policy, insecurity, and all this. It's not, because the answer is already out there. Everybody knows it.
Yeah, but people want to hear you articulate it.
Yes.
Because you personify the people you represent.
Thank you. I'm honored to hear this from none other than Charles Aniago.
Please.
Thank you.
I mean, it's pretty obvious, isn't it?
I mean, look, this is not child's play. Put it this way. People are dying. People are being killed out there. Is there anybody that is telling me he does not know about this? What are they waiting to hear again? Is there anybody that does not spend the naira to buy any item? I know these things. I will speak about only one assessment, which is legitimacy, the pressure point of legitimacy. That I will not go into talking about his economic policy, because the answer is out there already.
But the reality is that he is the president of Nigeria. The reality is that he's running this country.
I have never...
And you are now in the opposition. So it makes sense for you to assess what he's been doing since he got into office.
And
I mean, the legitimacy question is a moot point now.
Charles, let's try and be on the same page. Your question is valid and a strong one. My answer to you is even more rhetorical. and ironic. Because I'm saying that I wish to answer just one aspect, because the answers to what you want is actually being felt out there by all and everybody. Unless if you're going to lie to yourself. Now, why should I, before the elections, I campaign on that. After the elections, I campaigned. Before the elections, I warned Nigerians. We all warned Nigerians about this is what is going to happen if you have such a man as your leader. It is now happening. Look, your time is valuable, my time is valuable. I would rather talk about more fundamental things than saying that there is hunger out there. There is unemployment leading into insecurity. No, the kind of hunger that is in the stomachs is different from the kind of hunger that is in the head, that is different from the kind of hunger that is in the heart. The human mind is the most powerful tool I can say God created on earth. And it is the human mind that will drive the success or failure of societies. The Nigerian society now, what is happening? The mind is not a physical object. We claim to have democracy, but end it with a question mark. Do we have democracy? In reality, 16 presidents stroke heads of states, 9 of which were not elected, while we had a judiciary that served alongside them. So if we have one that I still say is questionably constitutional, now there is nothing wrong. Like it or don't like it, every human society must have a leader. That's why we have Tinubu today as a president. How he got to power, Nigerians are saying doesn't matter. Well, so far, aided by the court, doesn't matter. But let me just break a little and say something in general. Because many a times I stand the unique opportunity, I call it opportunity of being misunderstood. You see, there was a time Albert Einstein said to Charlie Chaplin, I admire you. You don't say a word and the world admires you. Then Charlie Chaplin says to Albert Einstein, I admire you even more. Nobody understands you, yet they even admire you more. I'm not comparing myself in any way to those gifted people or in that context. But you see, if you don't speak about that, people are hungry, people are tired, no. That's not my conventional kind of talk.
Well, speak
what
about
I'm
what you want to
saying
speak
now
about, then.
is that I have been saying before, and I wish to repeat now, which I was not heard, is that democracy is not that government of the people, for the people, by the people. Maybe today I will start to be understood. Democracy is government for the people who have earned their freedom. Are Nigerians ready to earn their freedom? Question mark. It is government of the people who are ready to defend their rights and civil liberties. Are Nigerians ready to do that? It is government by the people who are ready to go and extract their dividends. Are Nigerians ready to do that? If you cannot practice democracy, democracy is not for you. Now, these are the fundamental issues. Without, or rather with a violated constitution, do you have democracy? And the answer is no. With a violated constitution, with due respect, the courts have the power to do all and everything. You see, the sun and the moon are both celestial objects, emitting light in different intensity. So, in a very bright full moon, and we have an argument, and we go to court, and I say it was bright, it was in the daytime, because I could see your face, I could read this text. it could be interpreted as daylight. And in daytime, with cloud cover and you can't see the sun, they ask, was the sun visible? No, because there was cloud cover. My friend, it was dark. And you lose the case. The courts are powerful. The courts can do and undo. The courts are everything. After what God Almighty does with his creation, is what next to what God does with his creation, is what authority does with their people. What is authority? The authority is not the presidency. Authority are the courts. And that is why today you have Tinubu as president. It is not by accident that they call authority power, political power. Because if any person or groups of persons do something and it stays, that is power. We rig the election and it stays, that's power. The difference between a murderer and a conqueror is in the number of people they kill. If you go and kill half a nation and install the government, you are a conqueror and you get someone smart to go and write the history. You are loved by your people, you didn't kill anybody, and all those and all those. It is about power, brute force. This is not democracy. Others can fight, but we're too civilized to do that. It was easy to take over the Eagle Square. It was easy to stop Tinubu from being sworn in. But we didn't do it. We didn't do it. Decided, let's have faith in the court. What did the courts do? The Constitution says, and you must read, and FCT. They changed the meaning of English language. Now, so long as you are ready to accept anything, everything will happen to you. Nigerians are ready to accept anything, and that is why everything is happening to us, Nigerians. Do we have the right to continue complaining? I put that question out there. The comfort, let me finish. The comfort that Nigerians are enjoying by not defending their constitution, by not coming out. And by the way, okay, Nigerian constitution provides and allows for Nigerians to defend their own constitution. When I say that the constitution itself belongs to the people and that it is not over, I repeat, it is not over. Nigerian constitution itself is that belongs to the Nigerian people as a people, when they are guided in the course of the nation and in the course of democracy, can do, and because it is the Nigerian people who the Constitution says, we, the Nigerian people, have decided to bring this Constitution into being.
What's your message to the Nigerian people then, as they approach the 1-year mark and beyond under the leadership of President Tinubu?
Once again, please try and bear with me. Tinubu and his presidency are irrelevant to me. The Nigerian people and how they take everything sitting down is the problem now.
So that's your message.
That is my message.
Right.
Because we think we have a democracy. This is a questionably constitutional democracy where anything and everything can happen. I repeat, for a people that are ready to accept anything, then everything, failed economy, deadly insecurity, aggravated corruption will happen to those people.
So basically, as you sow, so shall you reap, and that's what is happening.
Not
here.
So. As you allow, Nigerians, what we allow, so shall we live. Those countries that fought, you see, slavery ended, partly struggle, partly allowed, but there was a struggle. Colonialism ended, partly struggle, partly allowed, but there was struggle. Military governments ended, partly very, very small struggle, but then it was allowed. We woke up one morning and late General Abacha of blessed memory was dead. Nobody fought for democracy. General Abdul Salam, being the gentleman that he was, being the kind of heart that he had, in 10 months, establish this, for people to come, he didn't extend by one day. For people to come and be committing all sorts of crimes, bending, destroying the constitution that he left to stay in power, to rig elections, to destroy Nigeria. Now, I think why I keep telling you that Tinubu and his people are completely irrelevant to me now. We Nigerians, it is our headache.